I was in school, we had a butcher, and my father had a nickname for our butcher. He called the butcher the hands in the hair guy. And we always wondered why would he call this butcher this nickname? And it came out that if my father visited the butchery and he would ask the butcher, "How are you?" he would say, "No, I have my hands in my hair," indicating he was frustrated, but he was seemingly chronically frustrated at life. And the butcher, therefore, had a lifestyle of reminiscing and thinking back and brooding on things that caused him anxiety. And I'm pretty sure you have things in your life, just like me, that cause me anxiety, that I tend to think back on, that I tend to reminisce on. In the end of the day, if we do this, we are subverting something of the promise of God in our lives. In Psalm 103, verse 2, it says, "Let all that I am praise the Lord. May I never forget the good things He does for me." As far as we know, David wrote Psalms. David had plenty of things to look back on that might have caused him anxiety. But David lived a life, at the end of the day, that spoke about gratitude. He wrote the whole book of Psalms, which is not every psalm is not a celebration of breakthrough, but most of them is a testimony of his gratitude towards God for what God did in his life. Now, in our lives today, if we look through the lens of how David lived his life and reflected in his life and found gratitude, it might be useful for us to mind what we mind, because we mind a lot. We think about the future and we think about the past, and we are intensely present thinking about what's happening now. But the nature of those thoughts influence our capacity to be grateful for what we've been given. So today, when you walk and when you talk and when you are with people, minding what you mind might be a good practice so that you, just like David, can find a space where you acknowledge things that do cause you anxiety and do cause you stress, but you also find a space where you acknowledge where God has done good things in your life, has done good things through your life. And in that space, embrace the gratitude that we have towards God for being a presence in our lives and through our lives.